Yo, what up, y'all? Today we're covering Absolute Superman's war against Ra's al Ghul. For like the first 4 minutes, the audio may sound a little weird, and that's because I didn't have my mic plugged in. With that being said, I hope y'all enjoy. 6 weeks ago, Lazarus pulled up to Smallville, destroying everything with tanks. But the citizens stood their ground, resisting the attack. Superman also arrives, destroying tanks, beginning the Battle of Kansas. He tells Sol to fortify Smallville.
I can do that, but the job your mommy and daddy gave me was to protect you.
Superman's like, my parents are dead. Smallville isn't if I can help it. You're Smallville's cape now. I can take care of myself. After that, we see a whole bunch of peacemakers parachute down on a baseball field. And Lazarus, they blew down the phone towers, jammed the internet, blocked the highways and hiking trails, destroyed mines, cornfields, cattle ranches, crop dusters, and cut the power, laying siege to Smallville. Because this is war, and it just began. Now, 6 weeks later, Lois and Jimmy are broadcasting everything that's going on in Smallville to the outside world, exposing Lazarus and Ra's al Ghul while highlighting all of Superman's amazing work. But unfortunately, Lazarus located them, so they had to dip out of there on their horses while Lazarus mechs chased them down. They head to Superman's underground fortress while Lazarus has their missiles aimed on them. We get a flashback of the other day of Lois writing her story in that fortress and Jimmy looking at the amazing photos he took of Superman. They also discussed when they realized they were on the wrong side. Back in the present, the mechs launch a missile, blowing Lana off her horse. Jimmy and Lois turn back to save her, but it's looking like she's about to get blown up. But nope, Superman came in just in time, punching those missiles, exploding them. And to answer the question of when Jimmy and Lois realized they were on the wrong side, it was on the day they met Superman. 5 weeks ago, Superman and his crew are meeting up with the Smallville citizens in that fortress. Superman tells everyone that he dug these tunnels himself and added solar-powered electricity, and that Sol will be their fortification and security. He wants to let them know more about him, but he can't talk about his planet Krypton, cause that shit just fills him with sadness. They thank Superman, but somebody's like, what was he saying about that planet? I couldn't really hear shit. As Superman looks at them, he says they stare at him like he has 3 heads and talking straight gibberish, realizing they'll never look at him as one of them. And he storms off, but Lois stops him. He's like, Lazarus is trying to poison Smallville's water. I have to get to work, Lois. She's like, we both do. Me and Jimmy are working to show the world what's happening here. But part of that story will have to be about you. You've been living in the shadows for years now. But after this story, you'll no longer have to do that. I need to know you're ready. Are you prepared to show the world who you are? What if I don't know who I am? At that moment, the civilian that reported the Kents to Lazarus pulls up on him, revealing what he did. He fell for the Lazarus propaganda and thought he was protecting his community. But now he realizes the truth. His family would be dead without Superman. So he apologizes and says thank you, reaching out his hand to Superman. But Kal-El has pure anger on his face. Thoughts of tearing his arm off and melting his skin to the bone appears in his mind. But that isn't the way, because the people of Smallville are his family now. So he walks up on Bro and shakes his hand. Then he tells Lois to tell the people whatever she wants. It doesn't matter to him. He'll fight for strangers who fear him. He is nothing. He is no one, believing he's only here to bleed. Outside Smallville's fortifications, we see Ra's al Ghul and Talia. She's like, I thought you had a plan to neutralize the cape. He's like, be patient, daughter. She also asks him, where's Brainiac? We need more kryptonite if we want to put Superman on his knees. He tells her Brainiac is busy, so they'll have to strengthen their army in another way. So she pulls out the God box and they start powering up the mechs. Back in the present with the amp from the father box, the mechs are hitting Superman with haymakers. So he blows them up with his heat vision. But even though he's blowing up mechs, he's saving the peacemakers. He tells them the Ross family's pig farm is 3 miles that way. When I come by there in an hour, I better see y'all sitting in the slop, thinking about what y'all done. Now go! After that, Lois walks up on Superman saying, we all can see you're exhausted. Even Superman has his limits. He's like, has anyone heard your broadcast? Your stories? Is anyone coming? She's like, I don't know. I guess not. Then we both gonna have to keep doing what we have to do. But mid-convo, Soul's fortress starts breaking down.
Cal, something is wrong with me. I've been infiltrated. I should have noticed. Cal, I'm sorry. Soul!
When Superman looks down, that red turns into purple. Soul is gone, thanks to Brainiac. Lois is like, we gotta get everyone out them tunnels now. But Brainiac's like, hell nah, we not doing that. So Superman charges up a punch and flies at Brainiac. But he gets hit with the Gatling gun, knocking him to the ground. The tanks powered up by the Father Box all have this beam, and they continue blasting at Superman. They also imprison Jimmy, Lois, and Lana. Talia tells her troops to hold their fire. Our games are at an end, boy. The final judgment has come. Before this day is through, mark my words. You will kneel before Ra's al Ghul in the blood of those you love and beg to be my son. Ra's al Ghul is here and he stands before Superman with a kryptonite sword. Damn! Cal is having a vision of Krypto licking him, and when he looks up, he sees his parents. And they're telling him, time to come home, son. But that's simply a dream because in real life, he's getting stabbed by Ra's al Ghul. He's dying. I told you that you would kneel, boy. Now gather up your guts, and when you rise, rise as this world's redeemer, ready to sweep across this planet like a deluge. My great red storm of judgment. All you must do to take your place as the Earth's risen savior is acknowledge your maker. Do you hear me, boy? Acknowledge Ra's al Ghul as your loving father. Ah! But Superman's response to that is spitting on his face. You dare spit in the face of a god? You ain't a god. You ain't him. Go to hell, Al Ghul. Ra's al Ghul stabs Superman's hand into the ground in response. Ah! I'm tired of this childish shit. I see the way you tremble even now, struggling to suppress your rage. Become the storm, Superman, or join your brothers in the grave. Brainiac, set the boy free from that which encumbers him. Of course, Director Al Ghul, I'll kill his friends now. Soul, under Brainiac's control, says no.
I will not be party to murder. Brainiac 419732. The last dust of Krypton will never belong to the likes of you.
Superman, crying, says, Soul, don't.
Goodbye, Kal-El, my brother.
Soul then permanently deletes all their operating systems. No! Superman rips that kryptonite sword out his hand. But at that moment, Ra's al Ghul hit him with a mean-ass gut punch. Then chokes him. See, you become freer by the minute. The time is now, child. Unleash your anger. Become my wraith, made flesh. Kal-El Ghul. Do it or die, boy. Kal-El of Krypton is already dead. And Superman unleashes his heat vision. Boom! Lois and Lana are escorting the civilians out the tunnels, while Jimmy picks up the dust of Soul, asking if it hears him. After seeing that explosion, the Peacemakers want to move in, but Talia says hell nah. Ra's al Ghul doesn't need your help. Matter of fact, pray for Superman. As we see, bro ate that blast. Finally, you show some spirit, but not enough to deserve my name. Then the two of them continue to squabble. One of the mechs picks up Superman's body. At that moment, we see all the Smallville residents with Glockianas ready to help him out no matter what. Ra's al Ghul walks up to the mech that picked up Superman like, what's the meaning of this? Who gave you leave to lay a hand on my son? And he gets ready to kill that Peacemaker. But Superman gets between that blade, saving bro. Your weakness is appalling. You rescue your own persecutor? I suppose you were wrong all along. And he kicks the shit out of Superman. You are no son of mine. Soldiers of Lazarus, the siege of Smallville ends here. Kill them all. Superman yells out, wait, let them go. I'll do whatever you say. What I want is for you to cast aside your old life and embrace your destiny. Superman's like, you mean this? And rips off the symbol of his people. I don't have a people no more. I am a son of nowhere and nothing. Get on your knees. If Phil saves Smallville, sure, I'll bow, grovel, whatever you want. But you're going to kill these people anyway, aren't you? No, boy, you are. while I watch. On Krypton, I wore the crest of the Labor Guild. It was seen as a mark of shame, but my parents taught me to wear it with pride. We were the children of the sun, they said, those who made their way with their own two hands. We were the people of steel. He turns the dust of Krypton into a sword and clashes with Raish. Such a waste, such a fool. Peacemakers, fire at will. But that peacemaker in the mech says no. Joe, what the hell are you doing? I'm from Oklahoma. I didn't sign up to shoot farmers or fight wars in Kansas. Did you? Another peacemaker's like, he's right. This shit is messed up. Look, let's just all put our guns down, okay? Lois runs in like hell. Primus, you're mine. Ra's al Ghul tells Superman, I've been killing men with a sword for 500 years. You don't even know how to wield a blade, boy. You right. And while Ra's tries to slash Superman, Superman jumps up. But you don't know how to fly. And smacks him in the face with his sword. As he jumps at Ra's al Ghul, he thinks about all the experiences he had while living on Earth. At that moment, he also gets another vision with his parents in the Redlands, and he says, I'm ready to go home with y'all. But they tell him, nah, you're already home, son. And at that moment, Superman broke the kryptonite sword. You've done the impossible, boy. You bested Ra's al Ghul, and now I kneel to you. You who truly are a Superman, the son of a demon. All that's left is to strike me down and become who you were meant to be. Do what you have to do. Give me what I deserve. But Superman doesn't go down that route. Instead, he cuffs up Ra's al Ghul and takes him to Pakistan, where he will stand trial for his crimes. Thank you, but tell us, stranger, who do we have to thank for this gift? Who are you? Weeks later, Superman is back in Smallville. Within days, Smallville is already getting back to normal. The people here are resilient. Lois and Jimmy's broadcast eventually got through, exposing Ra's and Lazarus to the world. Talia slipped away during that battle, but her father's company has been ruined. While Ra's al Ghul sits in a Pakistani jail, Superman gathered every last speck of the Sunstone Crystal, and the cape still functions, but it's silent, a lifeless machine. Soul is gone. He heads to Smallville Senior Living, looking for Martha Kent, but she's not in her room. The lady at the front desk says, oh dear, you better come with me, and explain next time.